the Mortgage Minute today. All right, sorry about that, Josh. I gave you the wrong one. Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. And let's see what the markets are doing today. The S&P 500 is up 7.5 points as we speak. I gave that out. It must be Monday because everything's out of order from in my mind. Josh has it set up right. I'm just a little slow. Every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. They don't tell us points paid, points received, or the APR. They tell us the interest rate. That's what you put in the mortgage calculator to figure out what your monthly payment is going to be, the principal and interest portion only. Let's see what happened on Friday. A lot of red, a lot of green arrows. Can't even see that, Josh. Josh, I might need more coffee today. Something's going on here. Conventional 30-year fixed, 6.946 up. Jumbo 30-year fixed up, 7.043. FHA 30-year fixed up, 6.735. USDA 30-year fixed up, 6.722. Best loan on the market, that would be the 30-year VA loan, 6.415. That was the only one that was down, and we appreciate every one of the men and women that serve in our armed forces or have served in the armed forces. That VA loan, that is the best one for them. Now let's take a look and see what the markets are doing. Oh boy, 8.5 points. Well, see, I said that last part about last week's rates. The S&P 500 went up another point. Now it's up 8.83 as we look at that. Let's take a look and see what we're looking at the markets. The 10-year Treasury is up 3 basis points. Mortgage-backed securities down another 11 basis points. They were down big on Friday. Remember, when that bond goes down, the rate goes up. So we have, and I'll share that with you. The 10-year Treasury, when I tell you that is up 3 basis points, 4.46. That's the yield, the rate, the interest that's being paid or received. The bond is what someone's paying for the mortgage bond, and rates always move in the exact opposite direction of the bond. It is mathematical. So the question now becomes, why is this happening? What's driving these? Well, unfortunately, the market didn't take a look at what I shared with you about the bogus BLS jobs report that came out on Friday. The market moved tremendously based on that report. I don't know why they don't look at it any closer. I know some of the stations that I watch, some of the news broadcasts that I watch, they do dig in. But, I was sharing this with somebody last week that I find that in order for me to get the data that I need to share with you, the accurate data that I shared with you, I can only go to paid services now. Now, you can't watch Fox News. You can't watch CNN. You can't watch MSNBC Hee-Haw. None of them are giving you they're giving you all their spin because they want to keep their audience, and their audience, well, MSNBC Hee-Haw doesn't have an audience, but that's a different story. They're kind of going with CNN Plus or something? Is that the one that lasted for about 20 seconds? I digress. So the bottom line here is they want to keep their audience, so they tell them what they want to hear. Well, you don't come here to find out what you want to hear. You come here to get the truth of it. So why is this happening? What's driving these markets? Well, it was that phony BLS report. And I don't know whether it's phony, if it's intentionally flawed, or it's just ignorance. I mean, they could pull in numbers from ADP and make some of those numbers more accurate, but it is what it is. I just can't imagine why they're doing what they're doing, but
it is what it is.
This week's going to be a big week on the news, though. So we'll see what happens. The CPI report comes out. May Consumer Price Index report expected to show very little progress on inflation. Not good news for those that are thinking the interest rates are going to come down. Market estimates are expecting headline or all-in inflation to come in at 0.08%, which is pretty low reading. However, the figure that is being replaced from last year in the year-over-year calculation is a very similar and low figure. So the market anticipates year-over-year CPI to remain at 3.4%. Core CPI, which strips out food and energy, is expected to rise 0.3% in May. The May 2023 reading that is being replaced was 0.36. So if the estimates are correct, there will be very little progress made. When rounded, core CPI would remain at 3.6% and not give the Fed the confidence they need to cut rates. There are a few things in May that did work out in our favor that could cause inflation to come in beneath estimates. Oil prices moved lower during the month, and the Manheim Used Car Index fell 0.6% and are now down 12% year over year. Of course, shelter will be of great importance as it makes up 45% of core inflation reading. If we finally start to see signs of it catching up to market rents and it comes in low, that could help significantly, but that's yet to be seen. CoreLogic equity report came out, and they reported as of the end of Q1 2024, home equity increased 9.6% or $1.5 trillion from last year due to the magic elixir of appreciation. Remember that homeowners on average have 40 times the net worth of renters. As equity increases, the number of homes that are underwater continues to decline. From Q4 of last year, homes with negative equity decreased by 2.1%, or almost 200,000 homes moved back into the black. Negative equity decreased 16% year over year. If home prices rise by 5% this year, over 100,000 homes will regain positive equity. And we chat about that all the time because so many people have that positive equity. What are you doing with it? Are you protecting it? I know that all of you that own homes lived during 2008, 9, 10, when we did see home prices go down. Doesn't happen very often, but it could. And we'll talk about that more in just a minute. That is the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990.